Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephanie's Wrestling Color Podcast right on YouTube. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you subscribe. Hit me in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Let's get into this real quick. Recently the one and only Jade Cargill removed herself from Twitter. She asked a simple question and it set off all of the incels on Instagram. On Instagram and Twitter, actually. So Jay Cargill went on her Twitter and she asked a simple question. And like I said, all hell broke loose. So Cargill right now is trying to go for the TBS title. And it's coming down to the wire with that one. It's a perfect title for her since they were building her up like a monster that she is. So she asked, "What do some, not all, of you fans have against black women wrestlers? I hear so much and it sickens me. It's 2021. I'm talking about it because everyone else is scared to." And then it just turned into this whole. So some people, here's some of the responses. Maybe being shoved down everyone's throat like they the best. Fact. Naomi is all about dancing and glowing. Good athlete. Hear that always. In ring, which rather watch paint dry. Banks is a model, nothing more. She moves in slow motion. Bianca to Raw. You look great. Keep working. First of all, again, people, first of all, when you click Barry's picture, of course it's nothing but dogs. But when you finally get his picture, Barry looks like an old ass trash bag, and he got his woman putting her feet all over his face. Meanwhile, this man is going to tell you who's good in the ring and who's being shoved down his throat. So they go on to say, okay, no, Naomi needs a new finish, but man, she is smooth in the ring. Banks is a technical wrestler and looks more methodic to me. Bianca just damn amazing and will get better as she polishes her style. Here we go. People don't know shit, telling people other shit. Jade is looking great, amazing progress in a single year. And then somebody said, truth time, here comes Barry. Barry and his bitch. I love Naomi when she was a heel, dressed all in black. The dancing and the glow thing is stupid. Will never be a fan of Banks. Thought I think she was better with Becky. And Bianca was brought up too soon and had a big push at the start. Will hurt her moving forward. I don't even know what the fuck this man's talking about. So someone says, are we supposed to believe that all black women wrestlers are conveniently have an issue with them and no other female wrestlers do? There you go. It's always your own. Right? You know, black men these days seem to have a beef with black women anyway, because I guess their moms took them off the titty too early. I'm not sure. So no one is answering her question, but they are pointing out their ills and woes for the 4 black women that are available for them to trash. Uh, Here comes Barry again. Someone said in order to be shoved down your throat, they'd have not to be over, and literally every black woman is over as hell. Every woman you name is a huge fan base, and it's for a reason. Sasha's a model, but she's the reason women are main eventing in the mainstream. Barry and his bitch said sorry. Trish was flat. First the break route. Rousey gave a shot in the arm for the women to step up, and the best out there is Charlotte Flair. I don't know what the fuck is Barry's problem, but Barry is over 55. So there you have it. Someone says I smell incels. Someone said who the fuck is Barry with his lumpy pale ass. Someone also told him, go fuck himself, okay? I'm still waiting for the response. One says it's simple. They are insecure, especially these indie marks who will deride you every chance they get. Jay Cargill's a star, and these indie marks need to deal with it. I watch AEW for the few people like Jay, Jamie, Britt, not for Riho or Chris or Soho, etc. Then we got Motion Picture. Says, listen, I'm black. When they say that, and you go to their page and there's nothing there, it's usually someone white. Listen, I'm black. I never heard this before. I just don't like they paired you with the manager dude. I think it would be way better to pair you with a legend like a former black women's champion as a manager like Jackie. Is Jackie in fucking AEW? And I put it's funny because I put that too. I'm black and I brought a white man on a computer. Jackie's not even in AEW, so there's that. Um, I'm gonna tell you why, because this ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna tell you why. Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca, y'all through and Sasha, Jackie, uh, Jacqueline, and the list goes on and on. Lash Legend is gonna get some of this too. The reason why is because you all are strong, beautiful, solid, sturdy built black woman, and you're doing something that is traditionally geared toward white men. And not only are you doing it, but you're doing it fucking well. Remember that segment where Bobby Lashley, this was back in 2018, Bobby Lashley and what's his name? Sami Zayn was going on and on and on with their bullshit. This was an episode of Monday Night Raw, and Sami Zayn said he was going to bring out Bobby Lashley's sisters to tell the truth about who Bobby Lashley really is. And so he did that. Um, the problem was it was in poor taste, and once again, black women were used as fodder and made to be like fucking men in a ring. We didn't like it. We complained about it. They apologized. And it's just like, oh, well, we made a mistake. Whoops. His sisters were named Jessica, Frances, and Kathy. And it was a bizarre segment. They had the men in blonde wigs, makeup, awful clothes. And this is what black women, or what the perception of black women was subjected to. Yes, these guys were supposed to be, oh no, we're not women, take off their hair and do all these things. But in the end, you just offended black women to get whatever you were trying to get over. When you put black women being called men in Google, you literally get a picture of Awesome Kong, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Mia Yim, Nia, what's her name? Nyla Rose. And then some older wrestling, Raya Khan. This is what comes up. Okay? Let me explain something to y'all. The old trope of black women being strong and overbearing and emasculating men, y'all still do this. Y'all will continue to do this. It's not gonna go anywhere. All black women can do is fight for a position to be respected. That's it. Let's not forget Jacqueline, Jacqueline, Bianca, Jazz, hmm, Naomi are the only black wrestlers in the WWE to hold a championship. Oh, and how can I forget Alicia Fox? No one ever called Alicia Fox a man because she looked more feminine in her body type. Jacqueline had big ass titties that popped out regularly during her wrestling. But as the wrestlers get better, Jazz was around with China, and they had muscular bodies. And Jade Cargill's body is fucking outrageous. Like, I don't even know. This woman won't give any exercise tips. I don't even know what the fuck is going on, but she has a body that most men would die for, and that's probably the reason why they upset with her. So I'm gonna read a couple of these ridiculous comments from these incels and the funny shit that they say. I'm sick of black wrestlers who reduce themselves to the color of their skin and don't see that they just suck. Then someone said no one is reducing anybody to anything. It's facts that black wrestlers constantly get slandered and slept on harsher than anybody else. And then they said, of course, she reduces herself to the color of her skin just like Brandy does. A little bit of self-reflection wouldn't hurt, ladies. Oh, nobody likes me as my skin color's lame. Have you ever dealt with with people hating you and being racist towards you? Bias isn't the same as actual racism, but not judging your post because you haven't, and the same experience she has doesn't mean it's any less real. I don't know about slandering black women professional wrestling. It's just disgusting and racist. I don't think it's anything against color. I just think it's the fact that she just isn't good and color has nothing to do with it. They said, bruh, Sasha Banks gets slanders and she arguably is the greatest black woman wrestlers today. Like there's a certain level of unnatural hate towards her that can't be because of vaccination means. And they said, no, it's just race baiters, race hustlers. And here we go. We're gonna pause here because this is what incels do, white males who don't understand what the fuck is going on and refuse to. I'm gonna end it here. You don't know what black people deal with because one, you're not black, and two, you don't deal with it. What I see, you won't see. When someone's directing microaggressions and shit at me and I pick up on it, I can tell you that, and you'll say, well, I didn't see that. Yeah, because they wasn't doing it to you. No one's asking for someone to be thrust into a wrestling spotlight. But let's not sit here and play games as if we only got 4 black WWE stars. We haven't gotten a black wrestler in AEW yet to win a title belts outside of the tag team. I don't even know what fucking Private Party is. If anyone wants to tell me. I don't even know. Hobbs, y'all literally Hobbs over in AEW just literally came and went. So black people are loud and we want what we want and we have our right to because we spent years and decades of being berated and excluded. Enough is enough. So I'll leave it with this and I want y'all to hear this. AEW fans are racist. And then this person says AEW fans have education. They aren't ignorant high school dropouts working their father's field crops. See what I'm saying? Then they're going to say, so I guess you didn't see that sign that said Cody ended racism at Full Gear, or that many dumb video game signs at the wrestling show. Yeah, AEW's fans are so into the show. And they said, what a joke about Cody's self-righteous promos have to do with anything. And then this person said, what has this to do with video games and the Cody sign? I didn't know video games were racist or a joke. It's considered racist. I guess you're the classical boomer that share on Facebook posts like today's adult versus my days adults. Someone said AEW fans are ignorant and they prove it to you every day with their comments. And now I'm gonna leave it at that. They are. And they just proved it when they were going in again. Or Nyla Rose being transgender, Riho being Asian, and fucking the one half of the Acclaim being a homosexual. So there's that. Jade steps into the ring, she commands it. These motherfuckers can't handle it. Number two, and I'll say this, and I keep saying that, but this is it. My friend was on the phone with me, and she was like, "Well, what you watch?" I said, "I'm watching AEW," and this is when Jade was going up against Cody. Ended up being Red Velvet because Brandy found out she was knocked up, and Shaquille O'Neal. My homegirl loved it. She said, who are these two women? Look at them. They're so pretty. Look at that woman. She's magnificent. Oh my God. This is excellent. She was completely enthralled by Jade Cargill. This woman doesn't watch wrestling. Now, if I came and showed her what is going on right now, she'd be like, well, I'm not shocked. That's always how wrestling's been. They talk about puppies and pie and all this type of nonsense. So I'm not shocked at all. Jade, keep doing what you're doing. Black female wrestlers, you are celebrated. And we're going to keep being vocal. And we're going to keep calling out these fucking neckbeards and insults. We're going to keep calling them out. It is what it is. This is Wrestling Color Podcast. Tell me what you think in the comments later.